But before we want to hear about a very big gift that we have. In this time of Advent and also in this time of Christmas, we speak a lot about gifts, and we have a big gift as a couple, in the sacrament of the matrimony. We are called to be a domestic church. That is a big gift, to be a domestic church. And what does it mean for us as a couple, being a domestic church? First, I think we are called as a domestic church. Yeah, the matrimony, and the family is a real school of prayer. How we learn to pray. Normally, we don't have a handbook how to pray. Normally, we learn to pray in our family. It's the form how to pray. It's like to walk. We don't have a book how to walk. Only we start walking. When we are babies, we start walking. And praying is the same. How we learn and how we are called to learn how to pray, praying in my family. I remember when I was a child, every day my mother, she came in my bed when I was in bed, and she prayed with me in the name of the Father and the Son and the Holy Spirit. It was in Spanish. Con Dios me acuesto, con Dios me levanto. La Virgen María me cubre con su manto. Very simple. I go in bed with God. I wake up with God, and the Blessed Mother, she covers me with her mantle. That's all, very simple. And that was the form how I learned to pray. And probably is the same experience or a very similar experience for us. We learn to pray in our family. Can you, Mark, read a message of the Pope?
In the family, we realize that others have preceded us. They made it possible for us to exist and, in our turn, to generate life and to do something good and beautiful. We can give because we have received. This virtuous circle is at the heart of the family's ability to communicate among its members and with others. More generally, it is the model for all communication. The experience of this relationship which precedes us enables the family to become the setting in which the most basic form of communication, which is prayer, is handed down. When parents put their newborn children to sleep, they frequently entrust them to God, asking that He watch over them. When the children are a little older, parents help them to recite some simple prayers, thinking with affection of other people, such as grandparents, relatives, the sick and suffering, and all those in need of God's help. It was in our families that the majority of us learned the religious dimension of communication, which in the case of Christianity is permeated with love, the love that God bestows upon us and which we offer to others.
Thank you, Mark. We are called to pray as a family, and that's a gift. In this time of gifts, that's a big gift. But also, as a family, we are called to be a school of mercy. We just finished the year of the mercy, and was a wonderful year, so beautiful year. And the family is the real school of mercy, and that's also a very big gift. Where we learn about mercy, because mercy is very nice, and we can read and we can learn a lot about mercy. But if we don't experiment the merciful in our family, we really don't learn what that's it mean. I remember It's a friend, I can say. It's a friend, and when he told me about his experience with mercy, he is a father. He's in the 50s, and he was, when he was younger, he was very strict with his children, very, very strict, and with the oldest, especially with the oldest. And at this moment, the oldest was around 19 or 18, and the relationship between them was completely broken because he was very strict and many other things, but because he was very strict and the relationship was broken, and the all the family was with difficulties because this situation. And one day he was working, the father was working, the car was in the house, the son, he was in the house, and he take the car, and that happens. He was driving to the house of a friend, and he crashed the car. That's happened, right? And he crashed the car, and was a very difficult situation for the family. How I can tell that for my father now will be very, very difficult. And then the mother called the father, and she told the situation, and then he came to the house, and he told me that was like a experience, a very deep experience with the Holy Spirit, like an inspiration. And he came to the house, and they started talking not about the accident, talking about the life. And the father asked, "Do you have time now? Because I want to invite you for dinner." And they went to have dinner, and they speak about the life, also about the very important things of the life and about the future. And they share also a bottle of wine, and it was a very nice meeting between them. And for this father, he told me that was my first experience giving mercy as a merciful father. And since this moment, the relationship was completely different, because the mercy, because a good conversation was completely different. This moment changed everything in the future between them. And also, in our family, we have the possibility to live what means the mercy. Mercy, it's a gift as the annunciation, but it's also a mission as the visitation, as like Father Patricio mentioned that. And it's also a mission. And where we learn about mercy and where we can practice being merciful in our family. It's also why a family is a domestic church. It's the place where we learn and where we experience what means the mercy in reality, in the real life. And also, a third thing, in this time of Advent, in this Advent season, a family is a domestic church because it's the possibility to learn what's the real goal of the life. We are not here because we are not here only because we have to work and we have to share, because we have to do many things, and because we have to drive every day. No, the real purpose of the life. What's the real purpose of my life? We are here because we are making a way to the heaven. That's the real purpose of the life. And where we learn that in the family, in our family. We are not here because we are citizens of the earth. We are citizens of the earth, but we are called to be citizens of the heaven. That's the real purpose of the life. And we are called to learn that and to also to teach that in the family. We are called to that. We are citizens of the heavens. In these days, especially the last month, I heard a lot about Hillary and Trump and what happened and many things and oh, it's difficult, it's not difficult, it's good, it's bad. And also, when we hear about the job, it's difficult, we have to work and we don't have time and many people is very, I don't know, very worried about many things in the life, and that's happening. But we have to remember, we are not here only looking the moment. We are building the way for the heaven. And we have to look forward. We have to be, and we are called to be, citizens of the heaven. I want to share with you the experience of Father Kentenich, the founder of the Schoenstatt movement. He was in the concentration camp, 3.5 years. This place was a place of horror. Terrible place, terrible place. Every day was a fight with the death. For many people, was a very difficult experience. And he was in peace. He was with joy, not the normal joy, the inner joy, because he was with God. He was praying and he was not looking only this moment. He was looking forward. I'm not here only because the concentration camp. I'm here because I am a citizen of the heaven. And many times we are very worried with the normal situations of the life because the politics, because the economic things, and because many things, the normal problems in the family, and we have to work in that. Of course, it's important. We are part of the earth also. We have to work, and we are trying to do our best. We have to. That's important. But also, we don't have to forget we are called to the heaven, and we are citizens of the heaven. And that's the reason, not only because Father Kentenich had really peace when he was in problems. Also, all the saints, they had the same experience. They were in a very peaceful, in a very peaceful experience when they had problems because they were with God. And we don't have to remember that. As a family, it's a gift. We are called to be citizens of the heaven. And you can teach that to your children. That's the real purpose of the life. We are not here for the money. We are not here for the cars and for the house and for the work. No, we are not here for that. For that, we are making a way to the heaven. That's the real purpose of our life, and that's also the real purpose of this Advent season. Now we have time for